Nation. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation, and we're going to talk about this Dak Prescott. Everybody know that this been the news as it relates to Cowboys drama for your mama. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin is all talking about this, right? Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, he's no longer the best or the highest paid running back in the NFL. We get all of these things to go back and forth. And I hate going live with this stuff because you guys know how it is, man. The Dallas Cowboys, you can't sleep on them. It's always news. Now, here's the thing, the virtual training. Dak Prescott sit back and said, okay, if you guys not going to pay me the money, then I'm going to hold out. It's sad that we get to this point, that players are looking at it like, hey, if you don't give me my paper, then I'm going to hold out. But where have we heard this before? The Marcus Lawrence situation. Oh, my goodness. Other players beyond that had these same similar situations that they had to hold out. They got award number 21. It creates a bad feeling within this organization for us to go through these things. I'm going to repeat. It takes a bad situation. Shout out to Eastside Harold. Thank you for making the donation to help grow the nation. Really appreciate you for making that donation there. Shout out to you, David Jenkins. Really appreciate you for tuning in on the Facebook. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. We just witnessed CMC. The Panthers organization said, okay, we're going to reach into our pockets and go ahead and pay this guy. We're not going to play around with it. We know that we like him. We know that we believe in him. We know that even though we have not made it to the playoff, even though he's not the guy that's going to be able to change the team like Ezekiel Elliott did, we're going to pay this man his money because they believe in him. I said this, it seemed like I'm a broken record. And on top of that, when you are a quarterback, why all of a sudden you have to show everybody, hey, I'm willing to do this, I'm willing to do that. No, Dak Prescott is doing nothing different than what's his name? Russell Wilson? Didn't he give a demand? Didn't he give a demand to the Seattle Seahawks? But even him, he had to put that out there saying, hey, I'm not showing up until you guys pay me. Why we got to air this out through the worlds of the worlds? Because the Cowboys are doing Cowboys things. And on top of that, the Locks man says CMC is the face of the franchise. Zeke is the best running back. And let me talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this right here. This Dak Prescott situation. Everybody got their hands on the situation where they say, hey, the brother, he can't go out there and practice. Oh, Lamar Jackson can, but he can't because he played for the America's team. And some people are sitting there saying, oh, we should trade the brother. Guess what? He got to sign before you trade him. If the Cowboys really wanted to say, oh, we hold the chips in this situation, shout out to you, Joe, Italy Joe, then don't sign them under the franchise tag. See what the other organization was willing to pay. To me personally, I don't like that franchise tag mess because it makes the cowards of the owners, the cowards being revealed. It's not a wise move and it's not a smart move because it sullies and denigrates, dare I say, the organization's viewpoint of the quarterback. That boundary. Now, I do know people going to look at it and say, well, this organization franchised this person. This organization franchised that person. But not when they're young. Not when they're young like that, being a quarterback for your team. The vocal leader of your team. The person that everybody's going to look at on your team. When you start doing that, it creates doubt. Boy, I can't say this enough, man. Jerry like testing the waters is from Locks. I agree. Tony Moon says, get your money back. Oh, you got to go out there and figure out a way. Because if not, you'll be like the Ryan Shaziers of the world. Football is not promised to you. Guess what? Newsflash. One hit, you gone. One hit, you're gone. That's the reality of it. One hit, you're gone. Oh, he should play under the franchise tag. No, because he can look good all the way to week 6, week 7. Then all of a sudden he laid out like Family Guy and everybody looking at it like, well, at least we don't have those problems next year. I'm going to repeat. He laid out like Family Guy and they're going to be like, yo, we don't have those problems because we won't sign him for next year. You'll be a fool, a monkey's uncle to play under that particular 1-year contract deal or 1-year situation to groove. Oh, Kirk Cousins was able to do it. Well, this is not Kirk Cousins. I can't say this enough, man. David, what's good with you? Let's not act like the Cowboys are always tagging quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, yes, he is the first quarterback ever to be tagged under the Dallas Cowboys organization. Ever. Now, as far as the McCaffrey situation, CMC. Now, I heard a lot of people from 105.3 The Fan, y'all know law ain't going to fold up like a lawn chair, sitting there saying that, oh, Christian McCaffrey is the best, quarterback. Oh, the best running back ever. He's this, he's that. Christian McCaffrey is sweet and all. He's a good guy. Look, he's a versatile weapon out there. To me personally, everything that we like what he can do, and I'm not trying to lie to kick it to you all, Tony Pollard can do just about the same thing. But you have to give them an opportunity. Look, if you never have the opportunity, you will never see it. Not saying that Tony Pollard is a Christian McCaffrey, but what I'm saying is that you got to have the opportunity. Oh, Ezekiel Elliott coming out of college, he can do the exact same thing. Catch, jump over people, and give you some shoulder action too. Oh, he can't do a lot. What happened in 2018, if you know what I mean? 18. You know, y'all guys remember that? 77 receptions. Oh, and we're still running the pill. Oh, the running backs. See, a lot of times, and even though on 105.3 The Fan this morning, they was talking about the fact like this right here. Let me say, they were sitting there saying, oh, I believe that Christian McCaffrey is better from what I see from the highlight tape and the red zone tape. It takes more to evaluate a running back than a highlight reel from whatever you watching it from in the red zone, end zone, money zone tape. Because the running back dictates a whole bunch of things that they just don't see. Oh, when the blitzer coming in through the A-gap, who would you rather have? A Christian McCaffrey or dare I say an Ezekiel Elliott? Oh, when you got the blitzer coming off the edge, you got Ezekiel Elliott there. Oh, the dictations for the nation. When you're talking about 8 and 9 men in the box, who can dictate the defenses? And you got to come in game planning, sitting there saying that I don't want to hang against a guy with this type of talent, Ezekiel Elliott, because we know for sure if we load 8, 9 men in this box, all it takes is for us to lax up and take that box away. And this Ezekiel Elliott kid, oh, he's rumbling. Y'all heard what Darius Slay had to say about Ezekiel Elliott? Trust me, this is just not cowboy talking to you guys. This is the reality check that you guys going to have to look at. When you have the caliber of Ezekiel Elliott, it transformed. Mother suckers out there in the, what was it? The Giants, the Redskins, the Eagles, they drafted players to stop Ezekiel Elliott. You don't see the people that's in the Panthers land sitting there saying, we got to draft players to slow down and stop Christian McCaffrey. Trust me, like I said, Christian McCaffrey is sweet. He's nice. But people are not getting there and looking at it and saying, man, we got to draft some people to slow down Christian McCaffrey. They're not. I'm going to repeat, they're not. They're not drafting people to slow down and stop down Christian McCaffrey. I digress. But when you turn on to the All-22, you will see the dictations. And on top of that, when I would start talking about Dak Prescott going through his growing pain, didn't you guys hear me? Year 2016, 2017, Man, Dak Prescott, once he learned his game and become a better passer of the ball and see that veteran quarterbacks, when they see that 8 and 9 men front, they like, ooh-wee, I'm finna light them up like a Roman candle. Because they embrace that 8 and 9 men front. They embrace that front because they know for sure it's one-on-one to the outside. They would eat that up. That's why Tony Romo and Ezekiel Elliott would have been good for 2016. It's just that Tony Romo folded like a wallet. And this is not me making fun of good old Tony. But a veteran quarterback behind a monster like Ezekiel Elliott, they had a chance to taste some of that in 2014, if you know what I mean. I digress. CT Cowboys, I love watching Zeke run over the Eagles. Yes. Boy, Darius Slay, you won't hear Darius Slay saying, man, you know what? When it's time for me to tackle CMC, I'm sweating bullets over here. No, he come down and going to try to give them their work action. But Ezekiel Elliott, that's a whole nother story. Dak record is better than the majority of the QBs that's in the league. This is from my brother from another mother. No other don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us. Tyrone Church, take him to church, baby. 40 and 24 for those who don't know. On top of that, you had Jason Garrett as your head coach. Let that sink in. Replying to Chris Wood, stated that Romo in 2016, he was hurt when he came back. Our momentum was too good to switch it up. QBs that time. My thing is, yes, I agree. You don't want to put Tony Romo out there and he's not 100% and not knowing that he can take those hits. We've seen it before when in 2015 he came back. He destroyed the Miami Dolphins, but he didn't just come out and not like the Miami Dolphins with the steel curtains. He still threw 2 interceptions, I believe, that game. But we saw the rust factor, but his wisdom and his understanding of the game was able to corral them back. I think that the Cowboys looked at it and said, okay, he did good against that team. But the following week, I think they had to play the Panthers or something like that. Somebody can argue and say, well, it was a short week. And here these guys was on a run. Scared money make no money, but they was on a run in 2016, and they said, man, we don't want to revisit the fact that we bring Tony Romo in and he get folded like a pretzel, and then the next game, is really nasty for us. So they didn't want to revisit that Carolina Panthers game. I know a lot of people have amnesia, but I remember that Carolina Panthers game vividly. It wasn't a good game to have out there on tape. I'm going to repeat, it wasn't a good game to have out there on tape. So they kind of revisit that situation and they made the best decision according to them for that moment. Now, I would say this. The Green Bay Packers, because we had that bye week, the Green Bay Packers in the playoff was ranked one of the worst defensive categories as it relates to secondary. And you can say, well, with a seasonal quarterback, maybe he will be able to carve them up, dice them up, and these sort of things. That's a land of we don't know, though. Shout out to you, John. Thank you so much. Do you feel that can get us to the promised land? John McCaffrey, shout out to you on the Facebook page. Here's the thing. Shout out to you, Jay. Here's the thing. You have to look at it not just from one angle. And I said this previously on my other stream. You have to look at it from these parameters. Trent Dilfer won Super Bowls. Eli Manning won Super Bowls. I've seen this like a broken record. Nick Foles won Super Bowls. Oh my goodness. Even an old school Big Ben Roethlisberger won Super Bowls. And one can say, I'm not going to use Tom Brady because people are only going to look at the Super Bowls, not the game, the actual game that was played. Russell Wilson won Super Bowls. I'm looking at this particular team, and I'm looking at 40 and 24. I'm looking at also, you got Ezekiel Elliott. You have pieces in place now. You have an Amari Cooper. You have a Michael Gallup. You have a Blake Jarwin. Thank God that Jason Witten is gone now. No shade at Jason. I thought that he was good for this organization when he played, but he just got long in the tooth. You have all of these pieces in place. If you try to take the quarterback out and insert a rookie quarterback, Maybe you can say, well, can they catch fire again, go 13-3? But the dynamics of it would not be the same. You see, Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott came in together as a class. On top of that, Dak Prescott bring you the intangibles that you just don't know. Now, I've seen people like the Dan Orlovskis of the world sit there and say, okay, you go out there and you get a Justin Hubert, or you go out there and you get another quarterback, and you'll see what can work out from there, and you trade that. But what that does is that people think that this is the robot league. No, these people done build special relationship with each other. So they looking at this situation, and it won't be long. Trust me, it will not be long for Cowboys fans to turn on Michael Gallup. As soon as Michael Gallup start asking for money, watch the Cowboy haters going to come out there and say, oh, he's trash. He's not worth the money. Oh, we should get rid of him. Oh, he just dropped the ball. He's not elite. He's not such and such guy. Oh, he's not that guy. Watch. Mark my words. Watch how people are going to turn on Michael Gallup. And he's such a nice person in person, too. But watch, it's coming. It's coming. But what we have to look at it from those parameters, just like the team when they let, dare I say, DeMarco Murray go. They let more than DeMarco Murray go. They let chemistry go. It is what it is. Law, you think that Jerry Jones don't like Dak Prescott? John, I think that, and this is a good question, it's not the fact that Jerry Jones don't like Dak Prescott. He's just trying to be too cute. That's all I'm looking at it. It's always a deal with the Cowboys, getting the best deal possible, which is cool. That's how he made his billions. But in this type of environment, people don't forget. People got feelings and emotions too. And I know that emotions don't get you anywhere, but people do remember. And all of this going back and forth, we don't have any other organization that do this type of crap. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to you, Big Carl. How long I've been live over here? 16, I got 20. So I got 4 more minutes. Shout out to you, Cowboy Execution. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Gallup is headed up. Shout out to you, John, again. I read a post, Cowboys trying to... yeah, I saw that. Dak Prescott traded for, I guess, gumption. You know, it's not a reality bubble, but Dak Prescott traded for Matthew Stafford. We would see. That's just speculation for the nation. No true facts on that though. Shout out to Odessa, Texas. Michael, really appreciate you. Cooper Rush is only a quarterback under contract, and he is all Jerry need. This is from Jerry Harper. I don't know, man. That doggone Cooper Rush in the preseason game, that brother there, oh my goodness, boy, Cooper Rush. Sheesh. I'm so glad Jarwin is getting his time. Yes. So, my argument, to go back to the point, is this right here. CMC, he's a great running back for that particular team, and he did things that they needed to do. Catch the ball out of the backfield, little dump, squirt, get upfield. He's elusive. He knows how to evade, and he's a good complementary type of running back. I don't think that the running back, his position, that he can take 20 to 25 attempts or 30 attempts a game. That's not his cup of tea. But I know I'm going to get hate mail and say, no, you know. Okay, but when you watched all 22, you see that they use him in those factors. Catching the ball out of the backfield, being able to be a versatile slot/running back, which is cool. Ezekiel Elliott, I'm going to repeat, he is the best complete running back the NFL have seen in the last 3 to 4 years. This guy, outside of the only person that can slow down and stop Ezekiel Elliott, was Scott Linehan, Ezekiel Elliott off the field situation, Jason Garrett craziness, and last year's, I guess you can say, the holdout, Jerry Jones sticking his toe in the water with this situation. I know the Cowboys had every right and every intention to say, wait a minute, you asking for your money too quick? Hold on. But the holdout situation was bad for Ezekiel Elliott. And of course, the Roger Goodell situation goes beyond the time that we have to talk about it. But I can say the girl, the young lady, the woman, the female that had those nefarious charges on Ezekiel Elliott, oh, she got caught in with some other situations down the line. But that's a story of a different day. I will say this. You put Ezekiel Elliott behind a true head coach. Can you imagine, close your eyes and imagine Ezekiel Elliott that was behind the 49ers head coach and his running scheme? Oh, buddy, we can go on and on about this. Shout out to you, James. But Ezekiel is the most complete running back. Even more complete than the Derrick Henry, who everybody looked at and said, man, the brother is nasty. And Derrick Henry is nobody that needs that as well. But look at him. He got a bag for his money. It's funny. Derrick Henry begging for his money. Russell Wilson, he got to go bag for his money. Ezekiel Elliott have to go bag for his money. Le'Veon Bell have to go bag for his money. Oh, there's a pattern going on, but I ain't going to say it. You guys can say it for me. But these guys got to go bag for their money. Cam Newton, people treating that brother like he's trash. He can't hit water if he fell off a boat, huh? Cam Newton, just removed a couple of years ago, almost NFL MVP, almost could have been Super Bowl MVP if he know how to dive on a football, but that's a story of a different day. Saquon Barkley, don't sneeze at him. He's a good running back too, but I think that Saquon Barkley and CMC are in their tier with each other. I think that Ezekiel Elliott, his blocking ability, his catching out of the backfield, his ability to run routes, and his ability to be cognitive enough to know where to be at on the football field is second to none. Also, with Dak Prescott, let's get this thing going, Cowboy Nation. Let's stop it. Pay the man. Let's get it on with football so the man can be out there with virtual training and learning and picking up this new scheme that Mike McCarthy got out there for everybody. That's been my time, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate you all for yours. How much? Big Carl, shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody. Thank those who make the donations. He says, how much the tag paying law? We don't know until the final contract is done. I think it's the day before the draft or something like that. Dak Prescott should get anywhere from maybe $29 to maybe $33 million once everything is being said with Dak Prescott contract. My thing is, I don't think that he would sign the franchise tag or what have you, and he will hold out. And all this does is muddy the water. The one person that can stop all of this is the guy that's on my title screen for the YouTube page. And that's Jerry Wayne Jones. He have to stop this. A fullback got a bag, laugh out loud. Yeah. yes, Jameis Olawale got a bag. Stay safe out there, Cowboy Nation, like my guy Joe says. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. Remember, we take strong opinions here. Nobody's right or wrong. These are just my opinions. You can say, Law, you're 100% wrong. or Law, you're 100% right. But those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. At the end of the day, Cowboys, we're going to put this out there. They don't handle their business right as it relates to these contracts. That's no opinion. Those are facts. You don't put out your business in front of everybody. You just don't do that. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Salute.